Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. My name is Alexis Long, and I'm the Director of Wealth Management here at Willis Johnson and Associates. And I'm also adding now YouTuber to my resume as well. And today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about the Mega Backdoor Roth strategy. It's probably something you've heard about around the water cooler at work, but it's an excellent strategy to make sure you get more retirement savings away in tax efficient vehicles. And you can use the Chevron 401k, the ESIP plan, to ensure that you're taking advantage of this strategy. If you're under the age of 50, this means that you can put away an additional $17,100 into tax efficient savings vehicles in this calendar year. So let's talk a little bit more about how that works. So there are several limits that are imposed upon 401k plans, and the Chevron ESIP is no exception. This year in 2023, there is a contribution limit on the 401k plan if you're under 50 of $66,000. There is also an income limitation imposed on 401k plans. Now, this is all plans. This does not include just the ESIP. This is every plan out there. The income limit imposed on 401k plans is $330,000 of compensation. So those are the two limits to keep in mind for this year. If you are a Chevron employee, the most that Chevron will put into the ESIP for you is $26,400. Where does that number come from? So if you're a Chevron employee, you know that you have to contribute at least 1% to get a 4% match. Or you can contribute a 2% contribution to a basic source to get up to an 8% match. So 8% times $330,000 means the max that anyone can get into the ESIP plan as a Chevron employee is that $26,400. So that's one piece of the puzzle. Set that aside. There's also contribution limits on pre-tax or Roth sources. So let me break those down a little bit first too. Pre-tax contributions to a 401k plan go in pre-tax. They grow tax deferred. When the contributions come out in the future in retirement, you pay ordinary income taxes on it. There's also the Roth source in the ESIP. Contributions go in after tax and grow tax-free, come out tax-free. So very, very great savings vehicle there. If you're in a low income tax bracket, you would want to pick Roth. If you're in a higher income tax bracket, you might want to pick pre-tax to get your tax deduction today. But there is an overall limit between pre-tax and Roth of $22,500. So if you're contributing $12,000 to pre-tax, you could only contribute $10,500 to Roth. So there's that limit over both. So we know that limit too. If you're going to contribute either pre-tax or Roth, you can only do up to $22,500 if you are under the age of 50. So we have $26,400, we have $22,500, and an overall limit to the 401k plan of $66,000. So what that means is there is a little bit of space to put some additional contributions into the 401k every year. And that space is about $17,100. It's going to be different for everybody because it's going to depend on how much Chevron is putting into the 401k for you. But that delta between all of those numbers is that $17,100. What can we do with that? There is a third source in the ESIP called after tax. After tax is a combination of pre-tax and Roth. So just like it states in the title, after tax goes in after federal income taxes, grows tax deferred, and when the money comes out of after tax source in the future, contributions are always tax-free. Earnings are taxed at your ordinary income rate. So you kind of see there's a combination between pre-tax and Roth. So it's not super tax efficient, but it does, with the contribution limits, it does allow you to put additional money away into retirement savings plans that you might not be able to otherwise. So kind of breaking it down again, you have the $26,400 from Chevron if you're fully maxing out your contributions, $22,500 for pre-tax or Roth contributions if you're under the age of 50, and you can put away $17,100 into the after-tax source to get to that overall 401k limit of $66,000. So this is awesome. This is a great strategy to take advantage of because, especially if you're a high income earner, it's hard to get money in an IRA or any other retirement savings vehicles. This is really one of your only options. But like I mentioned, the after-tax source is not super tax efficient. So what can we do to make it more tax efficient? This is such a great strategy. In the ESIP, you have the option of rolling out the after-tax source out of the 401k plan into a Roth IRA outside of the 401k plan. Now, there are some nuances to this because you have basic sources and supplemental sources. That's something that you can come in and talk to me about, and we can make sure that we roll that out correctly. But conceptually, the idea is roll your after-tax money out of the 401k plan and put it in a Roth IRA. Invest that Roth IRA aggressively or as aggressively as you're comfortable with and let it grow tax-free for the rest of your life. And that is tax-free money, again, for the rest of your life, but you can also pass on Roth IRA money to the next generation and they can take money out tax-free. Such a great generational planning tool in addition to a retirement savings tool. So I do want to show you this briefly here. When you log into Net Benefits and go into the ESIP page, there is a tab on the ESIP page for contributions. You've probably looked at it before. But this is where you can come in and make the election to contribute to after-tax in the 401k plan. Just like pre-tax, just like Roth, you have a choice to contribute to basic after-tax or supplemental after-tax. If you're already making contributions to basic in the pre-tax or the Roth source, I would recommend not doing after-tax basic, but instead selecting after-tax supplemental to max this out. There's a couple reasons for this. One, basic is not easy to roll out of the 401k. So after-tax basic is not easy to roll out. It can freeze company contributions up to 90 days. We don't want that. Unless you've already fully maxed out your 401k, you do not want to be losing out on free money from Chevron. And so doing the after-tax supplemental, once you've maxed it out every year, you can roll that out without any issues, without freezing company contributions. But again, like I mentioned earlier, this can be a little bit more complicated than it initially seems. So coming to talk with a professional who knows how to set these up properly can ensure that you're on track to max out the Mega Backdoor Roth. And just to speak a little bit more to why Roth IRAs are so important. Roth IRAs do grow tax-free for the rest of your life. And sometimes I get a question from clients that come in to talk to me, well, why wouldn't I just put this after-tax money in a taxable account? Well, you could, but it's just not as tax efficient as a Roth. And so, in a taxable account, when you invest in there, you have to pay ordinary income taxes on any interest from bonds. You have to pay capital gains taxes on dividends, any realized capital gains, and you have to do this every single year. You have to pay taxes. Versus the Roth that you're going to be investing aggressively in this account so you get this nice long-term tax-free growth. Interest, dividends, capital gains, it doesn't matter. It's all tax-free. And like I mentioned earlier, this is a great generational planning tool as well, where you can pass on tax-free assets to your children, to your grandchildren, and they do not have to pay taxes on that money either. So if you thought this was interesting and you liked this content today, be sure to sign up for on-demand webinar using the link below, or you can connect with me on LinkedIn, Facebook, or scan this QR code to directly connect with me. And also do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can follow along with other content from other advisors on our team as well. Thanks so much and have a great day.